Hello and welcome to Twinner Toulouse, where it is episode 9 and we're taking Toulouse from the second division of France and making them a European force. Last episode we managed to take Toulouse FC into the top tier of French football, managing to win the league with 4 games to go. So since then we have made some changes to the team, trimmed down the squad, brought in some improvements, and hopefully you'll enjoy this new season. Okay, so we're into the first game of the episode and we're straight into league action. So as you can see, if we bring it up, we are playing Stade Rennes, first game of the season at home. Stade Rennes are probably a team that we're expecting to be in around the same area of the league with us. So maximising points is essential. We cannot get beat. And that really leads us to how we've been doing in pre-season. And as you can see, pre-season's been pretty decent. Not really playing anyone of stature apart from Guingamp, who's of course our league rivals last season, who we comfortably beat. That was pretty decent. And going to play in Swish's outfit, Aurel, in the last game, drawn 0-0. So what you can see is we're conceding very few goals. We're scoring goals as well, minus the Aurel game, but we're doing not bad. And that really leads us into maybe that we'll go to the transfers and basically show what we're doing at the moment. So as you see, we've brought in some and we've let go of some as well. So we've actually really balanced the kind of ins and outs very well in terms of transfers in and transfers out. About the same amount of money, and I would definitely say that we have improved for the better. When we look at players coming in, of course we've got a few coming in on the free transfers from the pre-contract. So you've got Borja Lasso, Florian Miguel and Ben Pearson. So all they three came in on the pre-contracts. Hopefully they'll do well for us. More so I think Florian Miguel, Ben Pearson will be the more essential ones. Borja Lasso looks like he can be still a bit of a player. I think he'd be more of a squad player, but that kind of attacking midfield role right at the moment is a bit bare. We've let go of course, Manuel Kone, who's away on loan. He's just not going to cut the top division of France, I don't think. So it's better taking him out on loan, letting him improve and try and get something out from there. And that basically leads us until the kind of looking at the other players that we've let go of. I'm kind of just switching between in and out of transfers in and transfers out. But as you can see, you've got players such as Nikita Banchu also going for $2.5 million. Basically thinking of that is I've already got Florian Miguel, I've got Nick Lima. I've also brought in Jovan Jones, who's basically going to be a like for like in terms of price wise, and he's a lot cheaper as well. Trinidad and Tobago international. He's played for Seattle Sounders, Darmstadt, Helsinki. He's played some decent teams, and hopefully he can come in and do us a solid. And then the rest of the players are kind of squad players: Spearings and Bully, Machado. They're all not going to play for us this season. They're all third or fourth choice in their own kind of positions, so it makes sense to get rid of them. And then a couple of free transfers as well for the second team reserve players. But the players that we brought in, I think have been pretty decent in terms of, if we bring it down from fee wise, we brought in Haris Seferovic, and if anyone doesn't know who Haris Seferovic is, he's basically played in top tiers of European football for the majority of his career, playing for teams like Fiorentina, Sociedad, Eintracht Frankfurt, and most recently Benfica. And you can see he's got a good goals ratio, most notably probably the 18-19 season, 23 goals in 29 matches. He's probably faded away the last 2 years. Hopefully we can help him regain his best form. He's still only 29, so he's got a good few years about him still. 6'1", he's a solid player. He's got good teamwork, so he should be one for the team. And hopefully he can score his 10 plus to 15 goals a season minimum. And then that basically leads us to another attacking midfielder, kind of central midfielder we brought in, can play in holding mid, central mid or attacking mid, and that is Andrea Balic. I don't actually know what team we've got him from. I think it was Dunjaka Streda from, I think it's Slovenia. But yeah, he looks a decent player. 3.5 star, 4-star potential, good aggression, so he's a tough, nitty gritty kind of central midfielder, type of player that you'll need in a division like this. Hard working, that's what we want to see. And then really we've brought in a couple other kind of squad players, as well as Alexander Buxa. So on loan from Borussia Dortmund. He's got a good transfer value, so I'd assume has a bit about him. He's not played many games, but hopefully we can kind of develop him into a great player this season, whether it be off the bench or starting. But 18 years old, and he's Polish under 21 international, looks decent, and you're not going to be at Borussia Dortmund for no reason, so hopefully he turns out to be a good player. And the reason we've brought him in, you'll notice, probably not right now, but you'll notice it in the next game. I think we're probably going to play our next match against RC Lens. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to skip this Lyon and Strasbourg game. We'll play Reims, then Lens, and then that's that leads us into the end of the January transfer, the summer transfer window, and you'll see what we're kind of going to go on and talk about later on. But we'll go straight into team selection for this game and make sure that everything is done properly. And yeah, I think we're going to start Silla, and this is a guy who's actually, he's like a new signing because he was on loan last season at Lens, who play in the first tier of French football, so it makes sense to play him, and he's obviously played at this level for the last 10 years, so he's going to be a good player. He's experienced and he suits the kind of wing back role perfectly. He complements our formation the way that we want it, and the team's not really changing as such either. Keep the same formation. The only change I am going to make is going to bring in Side, and we're going to play Seferovic as a target man. Side further forward, Lasso in behind, and Balic and Campbell in the middle. The reason I'm playing Balic, he looks like a really good player. I just don't think Yule and Van Boom are going to be at the same level, so hopefully they can turn out to be a good decision for the game. And yeah, let's get straight into this. Welcome to the Stadium Municipal in Toulouse, where as you can see is the first chance of the game, and it's going to the home team. And it is Toulouse down the right hand side with O'Donnell playing it into Campbell, plays it in but it goes nowhere, and it is played out, and Rem are now on the attack here. We've so far really dominated the game in terms of possession, in terms of XG, so hopefully we can continue that throughout the match. And as you can see, Silla down the left hand side, what can he do with the ball? He seems he's got a bit of an engine on him, so hopefully he can use that to our advantage this season. We need players who are bombing down each wing, getting the crosses in, but also defending in the right ways. But yeah, good start. Day Keats definitely came on through pre-season and the end of last season, now up to a 3.5 star. But as you can see, Seferovic down the right hand side, drops off to O'Donnell, into Campbell, into O'Donnell, plays it into Sreds side, and it is in the back of the net, and it is Toulouse 1, Rem 0, and we are starting the league with a goal, and basically starting off with the front foot. Great finish from the lads. Lovely ball into O'Donnell, and that's two strikers linking up nicely, and then back out to O'Donnell, and a right back to our main man from last season, Wesley Side, continues where he left off, and that is Toulouse 1, Rem 0. Our team is absolutely flying in this game, and as you can see, we've got another chance here. O'Donnell with a throw in on the right hand side, dominating XG once again. We're now over 1.5, and possession is doing well as well. So we've got Campbell into Lasso, Lasso into Balic, and it is Side. Can he make it 2? And he does. It is Toulouse 2, Rem 0, and we are absolutely starting the league on the right foot. We are doing brilliant. I can't really say anything more apart from wow, exceeding my expectations in terms of how we were going to start the season. Campbell into Balic, and Balic, the new man, gets assist on the first day of the season, and Wesley Side doing what he knows best, and that is scoring goals. So hopefully him and Seferovic can make a really good partnership this season. They seem to be complementing each other so far, so good. And yeah, look at that, Side up to an 8.1 rating. That's fantastic, by the way. And that leads us into half time perfectly well, where it is Toulouse 2, Rem 0. And I don't think we really need to do much in terms of tactical changes, because we're working the way it should. I think we just need to keep an eye on how players are tiring. That's the only thing we need to keep an eye on. And we just need to keep motivation high as well, and keep the players encouraged and focused. That is the way to go. Look at the defence, they are loving it. We just need to make sure we don't get complacent. That's the only thing. But the way this league's starting, this is the way we want to go on. Big games coming up against Lyon and Strasbourg and Lens, so hopefully they games just go as well as this one. I've got a funny feeling the Lyon game won't be as easy, but if we can just keep morale high, why can't we go into that game and get something out of it? And as I speak, it is Michael Lang with a consolation goal for Rem here in the 65th minute. Their right back scoring 25 minutes to time. I think it is time for first substitution of the match here, and I think we'll bring off Seferovic and bring on Koulouris, and we'll just have a quick check in terms of who's tiring out. Let's bring off Balic. Want to try and take that midfield up, tighten up the midfield a little bit, and yeah, I think that's all we can really do right now. Let's go for that. One change for now. I think that should be enough if we can continue to play the way we have been. But as you can see, Rem down the left hand side into Cafaro. Cafaro plays it inside, but Lasso intercepts it into Campbell, into Koulouris. Koulouris plays it up high, and it is Side on the breakaway now, and he gets by the last defender. Can he score? He thinks it over, and Rajkovic makes a fantastic save. What a goal that would have been if it went in the back of the net. Here we go, we got another attack here, starting with Diakite into O'Donnell. O'Donnell down the right hand side. Can he get anything out of this? cuts it back into Campbell. Can Campbell cross it? And no, he cuts it back to O'Donnell, and it is across the goal, and it just seems to not go in the back of the net. It was a bit of a scramble, and I don't exactly know what happened there. It's another chance here in the 85th minute. Sella plays it long into side. Where's his side? Can he cut in and get a shot away? Plays it into Lima. Nick Lima puts it in the back of the net, but I think he is offside. Just checking for a VR update on this one, and it looks like it was offside. I must say, when it did happen in real time, you can see, yeah, I think it's going to be blown for offside, and it does stay Toulouse 2, Rem 1, with 5 minutes to go plus additional time. But as you can see, lovely play by side, I must say. But whoa, tell you what, I think that's it. I think that's onside when you see it there. That's a really close call, really close. But can we run out the clock here with 2 and a bit minutes to go? Toure down the left hand side, knocks it back into centre half, into the midfield, and they play it long, but Diakite's there to knock it long and clear it. But they do restart again. Rem, what can they do with it? Down the left hand side with Berisha. Berisha into Kutusa. Down the left hand side. Here's hoping that our defence can just stay strong here, and he plays it in, and it is wide. That was a close call there, and I think we are just going to run out the clock. And such an easy first half has led to such a sticky half, and unfortunately for us, we do manage to see it out, and we get our first win on the first day at home, and we start on the right foot. It is Toulouse 2, Rem 1. On to the next game we go, and since you last seen us, I've also had a haircut. But apart from that, we've went on and had 2 games against Lyon and Strasbourg, and to be honest, both games were very disappointing in many different ways. We'll firstly go on to the Lyon game, and if you were to give us the opportunity of getting a draw before the match started, I'd probably snatch your hand off for it, and I think that was the way it was looking. Early on, through obviously Lammers getting a goal early on disallowed, and then they went on and actually scored halfway through the first half. But as the game kind of went on, we were getting chances and chances and chances, and eventually we got the equaliser, 59th minute through side, and then Stephen O'Donnell, brilliant run down the right hand side and puts it in the back of the net, and it looked like we could actually come out with something pretty decent. I was hoping it would be the point where we were actually get away with the 3 points. Sadly, they went and scored in the 91st minute, which was a bit disappointing, but would I take a point before the game? Definitely. So we're not going to complain too much about that game, but we're still disappointed we didn't get the additional 2 points. This game was a little bit more disappointing. As you can see, we probably dominated the game quite well. Better team in many aspects, we just couldn't score. Severovic, I have to admit, hasn't done much for me so far, and quite frankly, I'd rather play Koulouris up front right now the way Severovic is playing. But I'm at a point where I need to play him a few games, just to let him understand basically how he's going to be, how he plays his role in the team. We don't want to make it a case where we're swapping and changing, not giving players the right opportunities and the right chances. So we're just going to stick to the way it is right now. And quite frankly, Koulouris is probably looking like the better striker all over, but we're just going to keep going the way it is. We're going to play Balic in the midfield with Van de Boomen. Switch them down. I'm going to play, actually, probably better that way. Apart from that, I don't think we're going to change much. Goes Simunovic, will bring him into the bench as well for Sidibe. I think that's really as much as we can go in that aspect. Dupuis got a little injury, which is a bit annoying. Saying it, I don't know. Yeah, he can't play. Yeah, you'll need to play on the bench. Apart from that, I think we're going to basically keep the same formation, same back line, just a different goalkeeper. Hopefully it pays off, and we'll basically go straight into this game. Currently sitting 11th in the table, so this is the perfect opportunity to try and get something to kind of push us up the table. A great game against Lens, a team that's going to be round about the same level as us, and you've seen straight away former player Banchu crosses the ball in, and it is a close effort from RC Lens. And it looks like they've got Asmir Begovic in goals as well, which is quite a big name signing for them. But as you can see, it seems to be a bit back and forth right now. Hopefully Banchu doesn't come back and bite us in the backside. He never really performed for us in the 6 months he was at the club last season. Hopefully it turns out that we've made the right decision and he has a bit of a howler against us, but I've got a funny feeling that might not happen. But as you can see, it just seems to be continuously back and forth, and eventually Stephen O'Donnell does pick the ball up and plays it to his former Motherwell teammate in Alan Campbell, but Campbell loses it in the midfield to Fofana. Fofana goes on the counter-attack here, runs down to about 20 yards, and is a safe catch for EK Banson in goal. We're just going to mix it up to balance, just see if we can get a bit more out of the game, because so far it has been absolutely horrific. And as you've seen, Raphael Holhauser gets the opening goal for RC Lens from a corner kick, bit of a scramble in the middle of the box, and that's a really disappointing goal to give away. As you can see, former player Banjo plays it into the middle of the goal, you get a flick on at the back post, and quite frankly I don't know what the goalkeeper's doing, and the man on the line is completely helpless and useless there. And basically right now we are on the back foot, and getting another chance straight away with Michelin right in here, and it is 2-0. Raphael Holzhauser scores again, and it is RC Lens 2, Toulouse 0 in Lens, and it's not looking very good for us right now. Our positive start to the season has gradually faded away, and now we're starting to crumble, and looks like it's going to be an uphill struggle from here. Got a chance down the left hand side with Silla, but he plays it in, long throw, and it comes to nothing. Andrea Balic tries to chase the ball, but Gagnaglio is here before him, but he does intercept it into Wesley Side. Can Wesley Side get one back? And he does, and it's a consolation goal, and it is now RC Lens 2, Toulouse 1, and we've got still 50 minutes on the clock still, a full half of football to play. Hopefully that can push us on into the second half and get that equaliser, and then maybe even get us that winning goal. And we're getting basically a chance straight from kick-off here, and it was lassoed down the central midfield, tries to play it in but comes to nothing. Here you can see Amion does pick up the recovery ball, plays it into the left hand side with Silla. Silla runs down the left hand side against his former team from last season where he was on loan. He plays it into the box, comes to nothing. Andrea Balic out to Campbell, back out to Silla. Can Silla get another cross in? Does. He gets by his man, he plays it in, back post, and it is side, and it's 2-0. We scored 2 goals within a minute, and it is now RC Lens 2, Toulouse 2. And what a comeback for the lads. Great positive mentality. Haven't changed much since I went to balance, but as you can see, it's definitely paid off. The team just seemed to be a completely different outfit in the last 10 minutes or so, and Wesley Side banging in another goal and makes his 5th of the season already after 4 games. Okay, so that's half time here in Lens, and it is basically just a battle of the strikers. Holzhauser scoring twice for RC Lens and Side scoring twice for us. Things are going pretty well, considering the comeback that we made already. I'm really happy with the performance. The only disappointing thing is to lose two goals from 2 similar set plays. That was the only kind of disappointing part of the game. But what we're going to say is just keep going, and hopefully we can just gradually build up our momentum in this game, and maybe even get and snatch that late winner. But as you can see, it is RC Lens here on the right hand side, and they play it in, and EK Banson is safely behind the ball. Hopefully maybe get a counter attack from this. He plays up the pitch. Yes, he plays it to Seferovic. He holds it up nicely. Plays it into Andrea Balic. Balic plays it into Wesley Side. Our 2 goal man so far this game. He plays down the left hand side. Tries to cut it into Seferovic, who gets nothing out of the chance. But it does come back to Stephen O'Donnell on the right hand side. He plays it down the right. Can he get by his man? Does he? Plays it in. Oh, it's down and it's out of the box. However, gets Silla recovering once again into Campbell. Campbell into Wesley Side. Can he get his hat-trick for the day? Wesley Side scores, but it is offside, and it is still 2-0. Let's just see if this one is actually called offside through VAR. I would assume it probably is, and yeah, VAR calls back the goal for offside. What a goal that would have been if it went in the back of net, and what a moment it would have been. Wesley Side getting a hat-trick in League One, making it his, I think maybe his 3rd hat-trick for the team, 2nd or 3rd definitely, but we do have a free kick here, I think. But referee's going to have another look at this for VAR, but I think it will be just a free kick. I don't think it was inside the box, but if it is, we'll happily take it. Penalty check here, and referee indicates it is. No penalty. Yeah, didn't think it was. Let's see if we get anything out of the free kick here. Possibly could. Who's over the set play for a start? Rodanovic is booked, however. That's fine. We'll take that. It's a free kick by Lasso on the edge of the box. Can I get anything out of it? It's a brilliant area. Oh, and Begovic does brilliantly to just cash her right out of Wesley side's head, I think. And it is Banchu from another corner. And tell you what, they are dangerous from these set plays. Another chance goes begging for them from a set play. We need to change it up, and I think we'll bring in on Kalouris because the man deserves a chance. And I think we'll bring on Yule in the ball winning midfielder position as well. And hopefully that can be a positive substitution for us. We get something out of this game more than the 1 point. But we need to be careful here because they have another chance. Edge of the box, and it's Banchu into Holthauser, who does not make anything out of it, but they do come back on the return counter, and it is safely away by Gabrielson into Kalouris. Lasso into side, and size 1-on-1 with the keeper. Can he beat Begovic? He digs over, and it's 3-2. Come on! It's a hat trick for Wesley side, and it is RC Lens 2, Toulouse 3, and what a goal that was! Oh, that was cheeky. That was so cheeky. And you would not think this man is under pressure at one bit. Look at that, brilliant ball in, hint offside maybe, but he dings over Asmir Begovic to make it RC Lens 2, Toulouse 3, and what a goal, and what a game, what a comeback. And this is thankfully for your viewing pleasure, which is even better. But as you can see, we've got Idrissa Silla down the left hand side, tries to play it in, comes to nothing. Borja Lasso, can he turn on the ball? Plays it into you, out to left hand side. Can he flick it on? He does, into Silla. Can Silla do anything with the play here? Tries to play it in, and it's cleared safely by the Lens defence, but it is back out to you, to Diakite, to O'Donnell. O'Donnell's got a bit of space here. If he can run down the right hand side if he wants it. Plays it into Kalouris, and Kalouris has an absolute thunderbolt, and I think that might have hit the crossbar. Definitely made the keeper go stretching there. He was scrambling. Back in by Silla to side, and it is safely into Begovic's hands. But I tell you what, this is a game of many chances. Thankfully we have had the more right now, but as you can see, Banchu once again at the forefront of their play, and he plays it in, and it is Holthauser getting another goal. It's 2 hat-tricks of both strikers basically. A hat-trick for Holthauser and a hat-trick for our Wesley side. That's a disappointing one there. You see Banchu plays it in, not back, and Banchu gets another assist for the day. The man is haunting us right now. Same way that maybe Silla is haunting them, so we can't really say too much in that department. But I think the way the game's going, a spoil of this point, a spare the spoils or a share of the points is basically what exactly is kind of showing what the game is all about right now. But we do get that one last chance potentially here on the right hand side. O'Donnell down the right with 2 minutes to go. He does get by his man. He does get by Banchu. Can he get the cross in? He does play it in, but it is cleared safely by the Lens defence, and now their chance to come on a counter attack. And I tell you what, I don't think our defence know what too much to do here. They keep switching and changing, and it is Diakite. He makes it challenge. It's a clear penalty. There's nothing. There's no debating that one, and it's a penalty every day of the week, and it is going to be a chance for RC Lens to take all 3 points with less than 2 minutes to go into the nearly the 93rd minute of extra time. I don't really want to watch this, but we need to Balotelli puts in the back of the net. Mario Balotelli scores a penalty to make it RC Lens 4, Toulouse 3. Absolute heartbreak. Banson wasn't even that far away from it either, was he? That's full time here. That is a really disappointing one. What do you say? Wesley side, fantastic. I thought Silla played really well as well. O'Donnell looked not bad. Possibly got caught for the 4th goal for the penalty. Diakite giving away the penalty, stupidly of course, and losing 4 goals, 3 from 4 for set play. Well, yeah, basically 4 for set plays, 2 corner kicks, a return from a throw in, and a penalty kick. So set plays need to be improved. But yeah, we come out with no points here in Lens, and it is RC Lens 3 Toulouse. Oh sugar! It is RC Lens 4 Toulouse 3. So that's all for this episode, folks, and after that excruciating and painful loss against RC Lens, look, where we thought we were going to at least get a point out of the game even before the 3rd goal that we scored, it just wasn't to be. Just one of the days that you put everything into it and it just went against you. Apart from that, we've got some even tougher games coming up. You could have probably argued that Strasbourg and Lens were going to be two of the easier teams in the division to play against, but currently it's not looking like we're going to really be getting much more out of the next few games. If we quickly look to the schedule, you can see we've got Saint Etienne at home, Brestois at home, Bordeaux away, Monaco at home. That's kind of the next 4 games that we're looking at more specifically. Probably a few of them, maybe even dive into October for the next episode. We'll wait and see how it plans out and how we feel about the next kind of couple of episodes. But apart from that, we've got the January transfer window closing in 2 days' time. So what we'll do is we'll start straight away with the next episode with the January transfer window, where we'll be getting an update and see if we're bringing anyone in for the kind of tail end of the transfer window. Personally, I don't think we really will be doing any much business. However, we'll wait and see what the last few days behold for us, because as you know, you can never predict how a January a transfer window in that August is ever. It's always the hardest. It's always the weirdest of transfer windows. It always seems to be that one last transfer at the last minute that comes through. But we'll wait and see how it does. And basically, let's go and round this episode up. Okay folks, that's all for this episode. Apologies for the delay in terms of the last kind of week or so. We've not really uploaded anything on the YouTube channel. That's basically just down to university dissertation work, and I'm at the point, I'm in my 4th year, and unfortunately university does come first. However, we are still doing our late night streams on Twitch. Normally it's kind of varying between kind of 8 o'clock at night time to maybe midnight, so that's kind of roughly where we do normally do our streams. So if you ever want to check them out, the link is down below. Currently, as you can see behind me, we are playing as Spal in Serie B, trying to take them into the top tier of Italy. Basically, that's more of a journeyman save. We started off at St Pauli, now we're at Spal, and who knows where the future will take us. But apart from that, we're also doing a charity stream on Twitch on the 20th of February. It's Saturday to Sunday, 12 PM to 12 PM. We'll be doing a selection of different games in terms of FIFA, Football Manager. We'll also be doing a football quiz, and of course, the more that you raise, the more forfeits that I unfortunately have to do. Apart from that, if you've got any raffle donations or know anyone who could help contribute towards the cause, towards the stream, to help us get some raffle prizes to raise more money, please just drop a DM on my Twitter. The links are down below and it'd be very greatly appreciated. And we're so close to 50 subs on the channel, so if you can hit a sub, that'd be fantastic. And apart from that, we'll see you all next time. Cheers.